Okay, folks, pay attention carefully. If you have never seen the video called I Pet Goat 2, go and watch it on the Heliofont channel. It's the only video they have on that channel, okay? And this video depicts George Bush in a children's classroom reading the book My Pet Goat when 9/11 happened, okay, that day. And that is why it's called I Pet Goat 2, because they're letting you know there's going to be a second 9/11. And I told you the second 9/11 is the upside down 9/11, which is 6/11. And I'm going to prove it to you. Okay, so like I've shown you 100 times, that Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth. And his name was Jesse. And they spelled it on his gravestone with an I. So that's why when you see Jesse spelled like this, it equals 67. And Elvis equals 67. Okay, and these were identical twins. One of them died at birth, like I said. And you're going to see how I connect it to the I Pet Goat video, okay? And you should be amazed. So Elvis, he graduated high school on June 3rd, 1953. And before I show you the connection to the June 3rd, 1953, just pay attention. So Elvis equals 6722. Forget all about the other numbers. This is only important numbers right now. Elvis equals 6722, and so does Jesse. Jesse equals 6722, spelled with the I, which is what is on Jesse's gravestone. 6722 also, just like Elvis. And remember, I told you that Elvis graduated high school on June 3rd, 1953. And it just so happens, from the day Elvis and his identical twin were born to the day Elvis graduated is 6722. Do you see that? 6,722 days. And look, it's even 18 years. 1/8 is when they were born. You see that? And 53 is the backwards of 35 when they were born. You see the years? But anyway, what's important is the 6722, because that's what Elvis and his twin equaled, 6722. You see what I'm saying? 6722. What is the chance of that? How about impossible? There's no way. This is absolutely perfectly scripted. And remember, he graduated on June 3rd, which is the 154th day of the year. And what's important about that? Because I told you the Antichrist equals 154. And I told you that Elvis is the Antichrist. And I showed you how it connects the 154 to him. Because I told you Seattle's going to be struck on June 11th. And from Elvis's birthday, the day he's born, to June 11th is 154 days. You see that? So again, it's the 154. And remember, June 3rd, the day he graduated, is the 154th day of the year. And if you go from Elvis's birthday, the day he's born, to June 3rd, it's 146 days. And by the way, you can either include the day or not include the day. So it would be 147 days. My point is, it can be counted both ways, up to that day or including that day. Anyway, up to that day, it's 146 days. And interestingly enough, that's Trump's birthday, 14/6, 6/14. Like I said, stick with me and you'll be amazed, okay? Just hold on. So in the video, I Pet Goat 2, George Bush is being puppeted by Satan on puppet strings, okay? So first they showed George Bush. This is depicting George Bush. And then George Bush turns into Obama. And notice that Obama has the cap with the tassels, implying that he graduated, okay? This is a graduation. What does that mean? Let me explain it to you. So remember, Bush was the president during 9/11, right? And Bush, it equals 50, 14, 58, 22. Equals the exact same as the word June. June equals Bush, okay? And June is the graduation month, okay, for most schools. And who was born in the graduation month? Donald Trump. So that's what that was implying. Because after Obama would come Donald Trump, the graduation month guy. Okay, June 14th he's born, in the month of the graduations. So now back to Elvis graduating from Humes High School. That's where he graduated from. And that school is named after Lawrence Cavell Humes. And watch how sneaky these guys are. Watch when I show you this. So that's who the school where Elvis graduated from is named after. And in the iPad Goat video, right after they show Obama with the graduation cap, they show this blonde-haired girl, and she's holding an apple. And the Big Apple is New York. Donald Trump has golden hair, and Donald Trump also lived in New York. He was born in New York. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter, but I'm just trying to explain to you what that's about. And in the video, she passes out and I guess dies basically, and the apple falls and rolls across the floor and lands in the C. Okay, because see, there's a letter C right here. You can't see it, it's so bright. And then there's a letter L right here. Okay, L C. And the apple falls into the C. And I told you that the letters LC on the ground, it can be EL for God, because C is the third letter. The E looks like a 3 and the L looks like a 7. So LC can be 3-7 also, and EL can stand for Elvis, and the letter C can be like, you can SEEC or the SEAC. That's why I said the apple fell in the sea, right? And if you put that together, it's sea apple. Sounds like Seattle. You understand? And that's what happened. When it rolled across, it hit Obama's boot. And Bush was wearing the same boot also, because I told you that Satan puppets all the presidents. They wear the same shoes. That's what it's implying. Okay? And the apple struck Obama's boot, and then it cracked in half. And like I said, it fell into the sea. You see, it breaks in half. And then a lotus comes out of the apple. And a lotus means rebirth. You understand? That's why you have Kamala running around, because Kamala means lotus. And it also connects to the underwater, because I told you Elvis equals water. And it's also symbolizes like a phoenix, because Elvis used to wear the phoenix bird on his outfits in concert, okay? And who is the #1 producer of apples? Washington State. Okay, do you understand what I'm showing you? And I told you Seattle is in Washington. That's what that's all about. And notice that Obama's boot is on a coin. His boot is on a coin. And I told you that coin equals the same as the word king. And I told you Elvis was known as a king, and Seattle's in King County. And also they were wearing a boot, right? I mean, the boot was on top of the coin, and Italy is the state that's shaped like a boot. You see, it says Italy as a boot-shaped country, you see? Italy's shaped like a boot. And why am I showing this? Because Italy equals the exact same in gematria as Elvis. Elvis equals Italy, all right? And also it equals water, because I told you Elvis is the beast out of the sea. And water equals Elvis, same thing. And it also equals reset, but I didn't show it here, but it equals reset also. And you know my two predictions are June 11th to the Seattle event, and August 4th, Trump gets his head wound, right? And basically, what I'm trying to tell you, it went from Obama graduating, I mean, the Obama with the graduation cap, to the apple hitting Obama's boot and bouncing back. So it's basically trying to tell you that it's between the graduation, and I told you Elvis graduated on 6/3, and Obama's boot, which is August 4th, right? Because Obama's born on August 4th. And that's the day Trump's going to get his head wound. So my point is that my two predictions are in between that, which is 6/11 and August 4th. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, like I was explaining, that the apple fell into the middle of it went over the L and into the C. Okay, so it's LC on the ground. And I told you it was all about graduation. So what's the chance that the high school is named after a guy who has the initials LC Humes? You understand what I'm showing you? The LC Humes, and it would have to do with graduation. And right after graduation, when Elvis graduated, it was 6/3, and I showed you that the 6/3 connects to the 6/11 for Elvis, because it's 154th day, and in between Elvis's birthday and June 11th is 154 days, and June 3rd, the day Elvis graduated, is the 154th day. My point is that in the iPad Goat, it had the LC. And the apple went over it, right? And I told you it connects to Seattle, and to Washington being the Apple State. And you know, it's called Humes High School, right? And interestingly enough, Humes equals 662187. You know, that's just a front number. Humes equals the exact same as the word twin, only in the front. The 662187. I thought that was interesting. You know, that Humes equals the twin number in the front. And if you put LC Humes, look, you get the 81, because that's the day Elvis was born, 1881. Look at that. Forwards, backwards. 81 forward, 108 backwards. Even a 108 here. Elvis was born on 18. And like I said, the video shows the apple falling, and Washington State is the Apple State, just like New York. New York is known as the Big Apple. So from one apple, you know, that's where the first 9/11 was, right? In Manhattan, which is in New York. And the next 9/11 is going to be Washington State, the Apple State, okay? And Seattle was New York before New York was New York, okay? Seattle was called New York before they changed their name to Seattle. Okay? You understand now why Seattle and New York, Seattle and New York have a connection, where the 9/11 and the next 9/11 is going to be in Seattle. And you know what's funny? Even Elvis had one of his first girlfriends, one of his first loves, was a girl named June. Juju. Now I'm going to seal the deal for you that the LC is connected to all of this. This high school graduation thing. Look, so if you go to it's a brief history of LC Humes High School, it tells you that this guy, Lawrence Humes, died. Hold on, folks. It says, sorry, folks, I got a phone call right in the middle of this, so I had to answer it. So here I'm going to prove to you, like I'm going to seal the deal on that it's connecting to everything I'm telling you in this video. So the guy who the high school was named after died on February 4th, 1925 at the age of 44. And let me just, keep going before I explain it all. So notice the guy, like I just showed you, that he died on February 4th, 1925. Now pay attention. His name is Lawrence Cavell Humes. Notice how it's spelled here. Lawrence Cavell Humes. And notice it says that this guy died on February 4th, 1925. Okay, the way it's spelled that I just showed you. And I did my best to find out when this guy was born, because we found out when he died, February 4th, 1925, but I couldn't find anywhere where it showed with that guy's spelling the way it was when he was born. Now watch this. See this? Now look at his name here. See here, it's spelled, first of all, Lawrence is not spelled with a W here. And over here, it doesn't have the V. It says a B. So it's spelled Lawrence Cavell Humes. Okay? And look, he's born on August 4th, 1880. Look at that. It's got the 1-8 and the 8. It's got the August 4th connection. And look, it says he was born in Abingdon, Washington County, Virginia. And look, and why I know it's him, the same guy, because look, he died, this guy, on February 4th, 1925 at the age of 44. And it says Memphis, Shelby County, right? But the other place didn't tell you where he died. Okay, but we just know that he died at the age of 44, on that date. But look, over here, for that L.C. Humes High School, it says it was compiled by Shelby County Archives, about this Lawrence Cavell Humes. So again, it's connected to the Shelby in a different article and spelled differently. So even this, and down here, it says that the guy died on February 4th, you see? But it's spelled differently. But what I'm saying is everything connects. So this guy who died at the age of 44, Lawrence Cavell Humes, spelled like this, is the same guy as this, that's spelled differently, okay? Because they died on the exact same day, same age, Shelby County, and I just showed you the Shelby County with the other guy, and this guy was born on August 4th, you see? Too many coincidences, folks. I'm just saying, and you have the graduation connection, like I showed you. And remember, I told you Obama was wearing the boot. You can see the boot with the silver lining. I mean, the silver tote boot. And George Bush was wearing the same boot. It's hard to see, but they're both wearing the same boot. Anyway, I did another video explaining all the numbers and everything. I mean, the letters and the numbers next to them. I'm not going to get into that. The only thing I'm going to show you here is you notice that it's a hangman right there. This thing right here, the hangman. They said that after Elvis appeared on television back in the 1950, I think it was 1956, the summer of 1956, they burned an effigy of Elvis and they hanged him. They hanged and burned Elvis Presley's effigy, whatever, like I guess his image, whatever the hell effigy means. Anyway, think about that. He was the first Burning Man. Anyway, folks, I didn't do a very good job of explaining this video, so make sure you rewatch it again, and if you need to write it down, all the connections, that way you can see how it all gets put together. And remember, I said the Burning Man. They had this at the Burning Man one day. Look, it looks like the Space Needle, and it looks like Elvis right here. This stick figure from far away. Anyway, all I'm saying is that Elvis is connected to the Seattle 6/11 event. Oh, I forgot to explain what the 44 was about. The fact that this guy died at the age of 44, this LC dude, because Elvis, hold on. Oh, I also forgot to mention that that the day Elvis graduated from Washington's birthday, hold on, I'll explain that other thing in a minute. That from Elvis's, the day Elvis graduated, this is Elvis's graduation day, right? June 3rd, 1953. And from Washington's original birthday, which was February 11th, 1731, it's 222 years. And I told you we're in the year 222. So again, it's connected to the graduation of Elvis. Okay, and also if you go to his birthday that's celebrated now, it's February 22nd, 1732, Washington's birthday change. And from there, it would be 221 years. So we're in the, Elvis. Let me explain what that means. Oh, and by the way, look, it's got the 8-1 and 1-8, even in the days. Anyway, let me just show it to you. So, like I said, from Washington's birthday that's celebrated now, it's February 22nd, 1732 to Elvis's graduation day. Look at that. It's 8-8-1 again. Again with the 1-8-8-8-1. And like I said, it's 221 years or 222 years if you go to the original birthday of Washington. And why that's important is because Elvis turned 44 on August 16th, 2021. So between August 16th, 2021 to August 16th, 2022, that's when he'll turn 45. So right now he's 44 years in between from his death to June 11th. Because I told you that 44 is the kill number. 44 equals kill, and it equals the word anti, A-N-T-I, like the Antichrist. And which goes right back to this guy, the guy who was born on August 4th, who died at the age of 44. See? And remember, Seattle's in Washington, and Washington's the Apple State. And I told you the apple fell into the sea. Elvis is the beast out of the sea. The graduation school is called L.C. Humes High School. That's the initials. Okay, L.C. And Seattle's in Washington, like I said, and Washington's original birthday, 1731, it would be 222 years. And to Elvis's graduation. Like I said, everything connects to the graduation, and we're in the year 222. And it's been 222 years since Washington died. See, it's all connecting. Anyway, like I said, go and watch the Heliofont iPet Goat video, and you'll understand everything I'm showing. Anyway, like I said, Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. He survives the head wound. And the other prediction is Elvis Seattle 6/11. Somehow Elvis becomes a part of this spectacular event that's going to happen in Seattle. And remember, Elvis was known as the King. Seattle's in King County. Okay, folks, end of video.